It's D Streeter. We back here, man. Footballville Podcast. Here at I Can Fitness, beautiful I Can Fitness studio. Derek Spicer, Daryl Streeter. We told you the podcast was coming. It's here now. We're going to be shooting in different venues. May not be in the same venue every time, just to give you a different backdrop, different setting. But we're going to get into a few things today. We're going to talk about the top 5 ever to play at the Mecca, top 5 quarterbacks to play at Traz Powell Stadium. We're going to give you the top 5, then we'll give you a list of 20 later that week. We're going to talk about LSU, Clemson.
Yes, sir.
And we go, what else we hitting today?
We'll talk about hard work as well.
Hard work, by working hard. So, man, let's get into this Footballville Show podcast, man. Derek Spicer, Daryl Streeter. All right, so we're going to start it off with our Traz Powell's top 5. Traz Powell Stadium, if you're not from South Florida, Traz Powell Stadium, the Mecca of football, we call it in South Florida. I wouldn't even start to name the names that have came through Traz Powell Stadium. It's too many to name. We're going to give you some type of ranking every episode. We're going to give you a top 5 Traz Powell every episode. We're going to do the positions and break it down, and then we'll come back and give you top 20 lists later that week somewhere on the Footballville platform. But the names are national names. So the criteria was the top 5 greatest quarterbacks to ever play at Traz Powell Stadium. And the way we did it was the quarterbacks that came through Traz Powell and went on to have great careers. That's how we made the list. So we're gonna start off with our number 5, Brian Griese. Brian Griese played at Traz Powell Stadium. Who we got number 4?
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, Miramar High School.
Very great player.
Geno went on to play what? West Virginia.
Yes.
West Virginia went on.
Had a bright career in West Virginia. Been in the NFL for a very long time at this point.
Right. Still in the NFL. Number 3, we got Jacoby Brisett. Jacoby Brisett came out of Dwyer High School. Andrew Luck laid down, retired. Jacoby Brisett took over. He's a starting quarterback for the Colts.
He looked good.
Yeah, he's playing very well.
He had an outstanding year.
People thought he was going to be a backup his whole career, but he's doing very well. And who you got number 2?
Oh man, Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Big name.
Can't say enough about Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater got his second breath after his injury and showed everybody he's a starting quarterback in the NFL and went back to the bench, and he's just sitting there waiting to cash a bag at some point in time in his career.
Well, I think he'll have a long career just like Geno. You know, great mechanics, great leader. He's in the backup role. He'll eventually get back to a starting role.
Right.
But he's just going to have a long history because he'll be injury-free.
Right.
He's doing a great job, man.
Yeah.
Great job. One thing I like about that guy as well, he come back to the community and he give back.
He does. He does. He has that part. He understands that part. He's from Bunch Park, the Bunch Park area. Somehow he understands that part. He fits right in. I mean, he's comfortable in the community. But that's we all need to learn that.
Yes.
The value of giving back. And number 1 we have is the guy who's taking the NFL by storm, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is an alien. Yeah, he's from somewhere else, some other planet. I don't know what's running through his veins, but it's not blood. It's some other nitrogen or something. Lamar Jackson has kind of changed the NFL quarterback position for this year. We'll see if the defense could catch up. But he came through Traz Powell and played against Miami Central, against Dalvin Cook, Joseph Yearby. And if you go look at the interview on Footballville, he says his stats, it was something crazy. He had like 4 touchdowns in a loss. 4 touchdowns, 200, 300 yards, something crazy.
Man, that guy's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It looks like he's playing sandlot football in the NFL right now.
It does.
It looks like he's been playing sandlot all his life. And he say, I'm going to play the game that I know. And he's bringing that to the show every Sunday when he lace up his cleats.
Right. I saw him in high school. I knew he was great. But what I didn't know was that he was going to get to the NFL and still be more athletically talented than his peers. Like, they can't get a good hit on him, and he's making them making them look crazy. He's getting out of bounds. That's what I didn't know. But I knew he was great. Somebody once asked me, will there ever be another Mike Vick? And I looked at him, I said, Mike Vick sitting on Louisville bench right now. He hadn't got in the game yet.
Right.
But I told him, I was like, he coming. He was like, Michael Vick, come on now. I was like, listen, Louisville was about to unleash Lamar Jackson on college football, and that's what they did. Our top 5, Traz Powell Stadium, top 5 greatest quarterbacks ever played at Traz Powell Stadium.
We gave you the top 5 athletes in Traz Powell. Now we want to talk to you about hard work. What are you doing when the eyes are not on you is what really matters, you know. A lot of athletes, they go to practice, they come home, sit down, play Nintendo, Fortnite, or video games. But the kids that's working after practice, that's putting in the additional work after practice, are the kids that make it, you know. Hard work will take you a long way in whatever you do. I love when the kids come home and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put 100 push-ups in tonight. I'm going to put my ab work in tonight.
Right.
You know, I'm going to go draw chalkboard plays tonight. I'm going to study my film tonight. You got to be doing all of the above in order to be successful and to make it. If you want to go to the LSUs, if you want to go to the Florida States, the University of Miami's, or any college, you have to work harder than the person that's behind you or the person that's in front of you.
Hey, listen, I got a story that goes right with that. This year, KJ Osborne transferred. He's from Ypsilanti, Michigan, a little small town in Michigan. He transferred his senior year. I forget what school he came from, but that's neither here nor there. He transferred to Miami, and I was wondering to myself, wow, he's transferring into Miami. Miami's loaded at wide receiver. Brian Hightower, Jeff Thomas, Mark Pope, Wiggins. I was wondering, like, why would he transfer here to Miami? He got here, and me being part of the media, I would go to practices. So in the media, we go to practice, and then we sit around, and then we interview everybody so we could see at the end of practice we're there. Every day, KJ Osborne would stay after and catch that, what they call a jug machine.
Yes, sir.
And catch balls in that jug machine. And I'm not talking about for 10 minutes, I'm not 20 minutes. This man would stay after practice every day, 45 minutes, and catch balls in that jug machine. 50 players on the team? It would just be him. Maybe somebody else would come out there for 10 minutes.
Right.
But he would be there for 45 minutes to the point where Manny Diaz said something about it to the media. Manny Diaz said something about it to the media and brought it to the media attention that KJ Osborne was working really hard. KJ Osborne, when the season started, had success right off the bat. He ended up being our best receiver this year at the University of Miami. Mm-hmm. Now, if we go back to off-season, KJ Osborne, when I was thinking that, man, why would he transfer in him? And I wonder how good he is because he's coming from a little small school. He started off working hard. He started off putting the work in. The coaches noticed it, and then it went over to the field, and it showed on the field. Now, that is about as simple as you can put it. I saw the hard work. The coach noticed it. The coach said it to the media, and then it showed on the field. So that's my effort story about KJ Osborne. But listen, what you're doing outside of football practice, with your team is what gets you better and what makes you better, right?
Man, you definitely have to work harder, man.
Right.
Put in more work than the person next to you. Surround yourself around success, and you'll be successful.
So listen, big game coming up Monday. You got LSU versus Clemson. Clemson eked in. They barely got past Ohio State. LSU beat the death out of Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma's still laying on the ground somewhere at the stadium.
And they smashed those guys.
Right. But we would like to know who you guys like. Who do you guys think is going to win the big game? Let us know in the comment section below who you think is going to win the big game. But we're going to give you our picks right here. And I'm going to let Derek go first.
I got LSU.
Yeah, LSU. Why you think LSU win?
I think they are playing on momentum. Mm-hmm. They have more emotion, more to fight for at this moment. They haven't won a championship in years.
Right.
Coach have done a wonderful job leading back to last year. If you look at the defensive play, as well as the offensive play, the quarterback is doing an outstanding job right now. But overall, as a team, I like LSU because they are hungry. Clemson, They have won a few championships. They've been there, kind of like the Alabama thing,
Right.
you know. But LSU is now the new Clemson,
Right.
you know. So now it's
You gonna
their
give it to
time.
him that fast?
I'm giving it to them.
Oh man, that's kind of fast. Man. I don't even know if we can get Clemson, Alabama yet. But listen, yeah, bro. Like I understand. Dabo Swinney playing nobody giving us respect card in the media. How could you not give Clemson respect? They undefeated. But that's what he's doing to motivate his team. But I think it's LSU year. When LSU went into Alabama and beat Alabama in Alabama, that was an indication to me that their quarterback Joe Burrow was the real deal.
Yes, sir.
And he's for sure will be the number 1 NFL draft pick. It has to be him, or maybe the defensive end from Ohio State. But Joe Burrow's going first. Joe Burrow will be Cincinnati's quarterback. But my pick is I think it's LSU. LSU will defeat Clemson, and I'm not even sure it's going to be close, bro. Like I think I think we may get a 10, 14 point game. LSU is rolling. That they're rolling like that, and like I said, Clemson barely snuck in and past Ohio State. So yeah, I think it's LSU year. And man, I was hoping you picked Clemson so we could do the Skip Bayless arguing back and forth.
You know, I like LSU.
I wanted to do the hot take, whatever, with the arguing
Back and forth, right?
Yeah, no. But yeah, so our picks is LSU. Listen, Make a Play 7-on-7 coming. January 17th. What is it? LAuderhill, West Palm Beach. Under the lights, 6 p.m. Make a Play 7-on-7 starts. We're going to Vegas this year. We're going to Atlanta. All around Florida. Get your team registered at makeaplay7on7.com. And ESA football coming.
Yes, sir.
ESA football is coming. It's county versus county. It's the Footballville Podcast Show, man. Derek Spicer, Darryl Streeter. Every Friday, 7 p.m. We stay out here.
We out.